Hello, everyone. Welcome to a very special Open the Gates gaming stream. We're very, very excited to be here. Going to stream some D&D silliness with some very special guests. It is, of course, Virginia Tech's Giving Day, which doesn't officially start until noon. So if you feel the urge to donate, just hold on to that for about 6 minutes, and then feel free. But we'll talk more about that in a little bit. So yes, my name is Chris Campo-Bowen. I am going to be running the game today. I am one of the team members for Open the Gates Gaming. So what I thought we could do is maybe do a little round of introductions just to give you all a sense of who's here, who's playing today, and then we'll get into the adventure. So yeah, I don't know, maybe our extra special guest, Doug, would you like to introduce yourself?
Sure. Hi, I'm Doug Cockle. You may know me better as Geralt of Rivia from the Witcher video games, among other things. Um, and I'm coming at you from England on this live stream. Everybody else is in Jolly, Virginia, I believe. So
Indeed.
I'm the odd one out.
So maybe let's also go with our other extra special guest, Patty. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Sure. Hi, everybody. I am Patty Raun. I've been teaching here at Virginia Tech for about 500 years. And during that 500 years, I had the pleasure of uh, being one of the teachers of Doug Cockle. My background is in voice and acting, although right now, for the last 10 years, I've been serving as the director of the Center for Communicating Science. So I'm kind of an actor and kind of a translator, and I am in Blacksburg. Happy to be here. One thing everybody needs to know, and you'll be reminded of it many times, is that this is my very first time playing Dungeons and Dragons.
Throwing you in the deep
And
end.
it is so scary, way scarier than playing any role that I've ever played in my life. So I feel like, as I just said, I'm standing backstage, trembling and knowing that I don't know the lines. So here we go.
We are here to support you. Um, Gustavo, would you like to introduce yourself and a little bit?
Sure, I'm Gustavo Araoz, and I work for the Institute for Creativity, Arts, and Technology, and we work pretty closely with SOPA, and I am now part of have been part of the Open the Gates gaming team for about a year. And it's been super fun to do this, and it counts as research, which is also great. So I'm happy to be part of this, and I'm really excited to be playing with Doug Cockle again and Patty Ron for the first time.
Awesome. Elizabeth, you want to introduce yourself and maybe talk a little bit about OTG? I think that'd be great.
Yeah, sure. I'm Elizabeth McLain. I am a professor of musicology like Chris. Be very clear here, assistant professor of musicology, and director of disability studies, which means I'm both in the College of Architecture, Arts and Design and the Liberal Arts College, although today we are representing the School of Performing Arts. I am also an alum of the School of Performing Arts. I think this was when you were director of SOPA, Patty, because I was
Yeah.
here like 2005 to 2010.
Yep.
Feeling a little older,
Oh,
but
shut up.
we're gonna ease into. Hey, I use a walker and rollator to get around, so you know that shifts my demographic. Um, but yeah, no, I'm disabled and autistic, and the one who's kind of in charge of Open the Gates Gaming, and you can blame me when things go wrong. But no, our group started in response to the local disability community wanting to play Dungeons and Dragons together during the pandemic. It had skyrocketed in popularity thanks to Stranger Things and Critical Role and all of these other ways that people were watching it. But even tools like D&D Beyond were not fully accessible. So we've been trying to step in the realm of cognitive accessibility, making it easier for people to jump in and play and get going very quickly. Along the way, though, we discovered that it's not just being able to access this game and be at the table and roll the dice. It's also about the stories that you tell. So I've been really happy that Chris has taken the lead on the storytelling side of this, developing adventures based on operas that we're able to use in music history classrooms, but that also become their own form of performing arts-based research through our live streams and the interesting things we discover narratively when you're actually playing through the operas, as well as cool interventions he makes with his research as he's like transforming the operas into D&D adventures. But now we're also getting a lot more stuff I don't want to spoil too much, Chris. I'm gonna just let you talk about the other part of what you're doing because do you want to talk about like La Llorona and all that?
Sure, yeah. I mean, I'm also working on in addition to all this opera stuff, I'm working on I don't know, like I've written an adventure based on a Mesoamerican legend, a figure called La Llorona, the Weeping Woman, which is a kind of shared legend among different countries and peoples in what is Mexico and Central America. But this is part of a larger project to kind of create a kind of D&D world that draws on these kinds of, Mesoamerican mythology and folklore and cosmology, even if you want. And there are other people who are working in this space, and some of them are really amazing creators, and not just in D&D and other kinds of games. So I'm excited to be working on this project, and eventually that will maybe see the light of day somehow. I'm not sure.
I mean, it has through uh the adventures because we've even had both you and Gustavo running bilingual adventures at PAX East, PAX Unplugged. We've worked with the Cedar Cultural Center, the big national conventions for music theory and musicology. And that's all happened within 1 year. So we're really glad Doug came on the advisory board and has been playing adventures with us. Also want to shout out to our partners, Dots RPG Project, who work on visual accessibility and Braille dice. But yeah, no, that's a little bit of an intro to the project. We're so grateful that Virginia Tech has been supportive of it, and we're really happy that we can give back by playing D&D here today. So yeah, at the end of the day, we think play is a human right. Everyone should be able to see themselves as a storyteller and tell their own story. So that's what we're here for.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Well,
I can't thank y'all enough for being here.
Yes, absolutely. And it is officially now Giving Day. So if you want to, I think our wonderful back end wizard Atlas has been, making sure the Twitch stream is up and running and that, there's links to places you can donate if you want to donate to support the School of Performing Arts or Virginia Tech generally. But since it is now 12:01, I think we should go ahead and play some D&D. So. With that, then, unless there's anything else I'm forgetting that we need to do before we jump in. All right.
Donation link in chat.
Yeah.
Do we need to say it out loud for folks watching through the page?
Actually, yeah. I guess if you're watching through the School of Performing Arts events page, you probably can't see, well, in fact, I'm reasonably certain you can't see the chat that accompanies the Twitch stream. So if you click through the embedded video into the Twitch website itself, you'll be able to see the chat where there's links to where you can donate. But I also think the events page has that link as well. So yeah. There's something else I was going to add, but it has escaped me now. Maybe it'll come back to me. Oh, we're going to be doing some giveaways at points to be determined, in large part by the dice. So stay tuned for that. We have some fun School of Performing Arts swag and some OTG dice and other bits of swag as well.
And you need to donate through Doug's link for it to show up on the list. Any amount will get you the same entry. So.
Chris, just because part of my world is translating acronyms, OTG stands for
Yes.
Open the Gates, which is your organization.
Yes,
right?
Open the Gates Gaming. Yeah, we get in the lingo sometimes and just start throwing acronyms out there. But no, this is a very good reminder.
It's also a good reminder for how great the Center for Communicating Science is. So.
Oh, there we go.
Doug, do you want to promote Natural Six while we're at
it? Yeah. Sure, Natural Six. We're an actual play Dungeons and Dragons group made up of some voice actors you might recognize and some other personalities from the gaming industry that you might recognize. Holly Bennett, formerly of PlayStation Access. Aoife Wilson, who is currently working with Larian Studios. Me. Ben Starr from who's Clive in Final Fantasy 16, Alex Jordan, who among other things is Jan Dolsky in The Altars, Harry McIntyre, who you might know from the TV show The Last Kingdom. He was King Aethelwold, I think it was, and he also plays oh gosh, I'm gonna forget the name now. Noah. I think it is in I can't remember. I'm on spot. I'm on the spot.
I was
I
gonna
can't
say
remember stuff.
we did not tell you that
It's
this was
cool.
gonna happen. So
Yeah, a
Yeah.
star-studded cast.
So check out Natural Six. We're good fun. And we're dirty.
Indeed. So that's actually not a bad seg to this adventure, which is not any of those kind of, high-minded intellectual things that Elizabeth was crediting me with. This is going to be very silly because this adventure is entitled Save the Hokie Bird 2, A Night at the Opera. So with that, then, I think we can go ahead and get into it. So the kingdom of Burris and the city of Squiremount are once again in peril. On the eve of the great festival of departure, where those who have recently come of age are sent out into the wide world to find their fortune, disaster has struck. An evil wizard has kidnapped not only the Hokie Bird, but an entire building, the Great Hall of Henderson. The guilds of musicians, actors, designers, and other creative endeavors have all disappeared along with the building itself, leaving behind a huge magical bubble of swirling energy. Without these artists and entertainers, the Festival of Departure will have to be cancelled, and the kingdom itself cannot long survive without its foremost symbol and citizen, the magical Hokie Bird. A team of adventurers has quickly been summoned and given a crucial mission. Step through the ominous portal of energy, confront what lies on the other side, and rescue the Hokie Bird. We now join our heroes, the people you see before you, on a beautiful sunny day in late spring, and the brightness of the day contrasts with the dark, swirling magic before them. As one, you fearlessly step forward, and after a moment of pressure and darkness, a sense of wind rushing past your face, you find yourselves in a sumptuous lobby with dark wood paneling, gold trim, and red velvet accents around the room, which is otherwise empty. As you steady yourselves and get your bearings, what do we see? I'd like you all to go around and describe your characters for the audience. Who are they? What are they doing here? What do they look like? Standing here, perhaps somewhat bewildered in this lobby space. Maybe, Doug, shall we start with you?
Sure. So, standing in this sumptuous lobby is a man who's about 6 feet tall, has long white hair pulled back into a bit of a ponytail. He's got a scar coming down one side of his face, and he's wearing studded leather armor. He has 2 swords across his back. One is a long sword and one is a short sword, and a hand crossbow as well. You may recognize this individual. You may not. His name is Gary. Gary Alt.
Indeed. So Gary Alt, one of our 4 adventurers. Who wants to go next?
So I think you described us as very brave walking through.
For the purposes of the intro.
Feely had a brave moment, but now you can see her very slight, petite gnome frame, which may be 2 feet tall on a good day. As soon as Gary's boots echo in the hall, she jumps up and ends up somehow simultaneously jumping up and behind to cower behind him a little bit, having to grab the oversized beret she wears on her head in the process because it was trying to slip off a little bit. She's got a backpack which is small but still a little bit big for her, with a bedroll. Eyes hanging kind of off of it is a small little hand drum and the tiniest little fiddle bow that you've ever seen. And as she's shaking there, she's clutching what maybe would look like something between a club and a quarterstaff in her hands, but on closer inspection is just a paintbrush. But yeah, this is Feely. She's here to be a part of the adventure, write the story of the adventure, and having a little trouble finding her courage in this moment, I think.
Awesome. So, who would like to go next?
I can jump in.
Take us away, Patty.
I am Solveig Gord, and I am an Asimar cleric. I am wearing a chainmail dress, which I handle really well. I'm a mature woman that is 6 feet tall, with gray hair down my back. And I have had a very challenging life, one that has led me on all kinds of adventures in search of something that I have lost. And in fact, have heard that this thing that I have lost is in the care of Hender's daughter or Hender's son. And I have joined these three in the hopes that their adventure to save this Hokie bird will become part of my story. Is that enough?
Incredible.
That's amazing.
Amazing.
That's great.
I have not heard any of this before, so I am thrilled. Gustavo.
You see a dwarf, short for a dwarf, stout. He's wearing dark clothes, like a coverall, basically, with big pockets. He has a large sort of messenger bag. You can see a series of tools and stuff poking out of there, and a rope sort of peeking out under the forearms of it, on his forearms, sticking out of the sleeves of this coverall. You see some tattoos and maybe around creeping up out of the neck as well. Fairly intricate and dense, and on the hands as well. Yeah, and he's wearing a flat cap.
Excellent. So we see our 4 adventurers now standing in the lobby, and as you stand there, you become aware of voices nearby. Foreboding shadows spread from behind a nearby column, and a deep baritone voice intones, "Do not forget whom you serve. I have no doubt the kingdom will be sending them any time now, and I shall not have my plans ruined by your incompetence." After a moment, the shadows disappear, and you hear a different person sigh and mutter under his breath, "That crazy bugger." And you are now standing in this lobby. What would you like to do?
Is there a popcorn machine?
You know what? Roll me a d20.
Yeah.
First roll.
Like I'm rolling a gigantic D20.
Fabulous.
As a 4.
No.
Damn.
No,
No popcorn.
As you look around, you see that there are, it's pretty, like, very well decorated sort of lobby, but a little spare. There's not really anybody in here that you can see from where you're standing. But you do see like a bar off to one wall that seems to have some bottles behind it, but nobody stationed there or anything.
And where are the how many doorways are there?
Well, this might be a great opportunity for us to go to the map, at least for a little bit. So I just as a bit of explanation for why we're using this particular map, in my research life, I wrote a book about Czech opera. This is in fact a copy of the floor plan for the National Theater in Prague, which I have repurposed for this adventure. Yes, there is Elizabeth is my hype squad. That's the book. In any case, so hopefully on stream, yes, we can now see the party here in this kind of lobby area. So you see there are a number of entrances, or a number of kind of ways out. There are stairs here to the north of where you are, to the south, some more here. You can see ahead of you doors leading into what you presume to be the auditorium based on how this is laid out, and then some other stairs over here.
Do we know where the voice is came from? Are we able to tell direction?
Yes, you can tell the voice is coming from right ahead of you, just to the right. Over here, there's a column there, so you can't see anyone immediately, but presumably that person is right behind that column.
Eli just like peeks out from behind Gary and is like, "So, when are you gonna handle this, right?" I'll just and she just kind of like reaches into her back and like pulls out a little notebook and is like, "I'm just gonna take notes," and pulls a quill out from like underneath the oversized beret and is just shaking a little bit.
I will stealthily approach this column.
Okay, roll me a stealth check.
Quiet little feet. Oh boy. That is a 2. I'm supposed to be good at this. Plus 7 is a 9.
Yeah. So you approach as you're sure you're being incredibly stealthy. After all, you are very good at making sure you can go unseen in various places. But as you ascend the stairs toward this column, you trip. And please.
I have an ability here that might be helpful. I have a soul knife rogue, and I have a psi bolstered knack, and I can roll a d6 to add to this 9.
Okay.
To see if I can do better.
Sure, please.
And I think that is within the range of maybe it won't be disastrous if I can roll high enough on the d6. That's now an 11.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a little better. So instead of tripping, you make your way up the stairs without incident. But as you kind of, just lead around the corner just ever so slightly so you can see what's on the other side, you catch 2 things. One, a kind of column of black smoke kind of is shrinking down and disappearing into the floor. But as you look around the column, you spot another dwarf who turns around just as you are peeking behind and spots you. And you know this to be Walter Verbau, who is the building manager of the Great Hall of Henderson, who is somehow here in this lobby with you. And he looks at you and he says, "Oh, Jorge, what are you doing here?"
Walter, what are you doing here?
Well,
what are any of us doing here?
Well, I'm not entirely sure how long we've been here, but I was in Henderson, and then all of a sudden there was a whole bunch of magic nonsense, and then we've been in this theater place. It's kind of weird. Some bits seem like Henderson, some bits don't. I haven't seen y'all here, although I'm not entirely sure how long I've been here. But did y'all just get here?
Yeah, we just got here. I came to work, a couple days ago, and went to open the door, and then the door wasn't there, and neither was anything that was attached to the door. So I've been asked to come here, and through some magical means we arrived, and now we're here. And I brought some friends, and we're here to sort of, I guess, solve the problem. They sent me because I kind of know the place, but this does not look like Henderson.
Yeah. So when you said it's been a couple days, his eyes went wide. And he says, "A couple days? I've been in here for 4 hours? 5 hours? Huh. Well, this crazy wizard's been bothering me every so often, so who knows what the hell's going on here. Yeah, the wizard keeps yelling about some sort of big performance that he wants to put on, yelling about people coming that we need to be prepared for. I don't know. He just asked people to kind of keep doing their jobs that they normally do in Henderson, but here. And I'm a building manager. This ain't my building. So mostly I've been hiding and reading books.
Well, I'm here because I'm supposed to save the silly bird again.
Oh yeah, that Hokie bird. Yeah, I haven't seen it. I think I heard it gobbling though. It's somewhere where the stage is, but the stage is sealed off. Can't get in there. The fire curtain's down and the doors are locked. I bet that's where the wizard's hiding, but I've been able to get in there. And in fact, this building's weird because some of the doors are work as doors, and some of the doors are just illusions or painted on. Some of the stairs aren't stairs. It's weird. It's like the building's not all here. So again, building manager, not a lot of building, makes my job easy. But
Well,
I do know there's some places you could go check out that I do know are there. I think the maestro's down in the orchestra pit right now. You can go talk to him. Pretty sure Miss Joanna is over in the stage workshop. Let's see, who else have I seen? The ballet master, Madame Lahara. She's here somewhere backstage. Also, all the ballet dancers got transferred here somehow too. So I don't know what's going on there. But then let's see, what else have I seen? Some of the doors open and then close or appear and then don't appear. There was the costume shop was open at one point, but nobody was in there. So I don't know. I would just go explore if I were you. See what you can find. If I know the wizard's been giving instructions to all these different people, telling them to do things, but maybe you could, I don't know, just see what the wizard wants, or mess with what these people are doing. I mean, the wizard's threatened me a whole lot, but hasn't actually done anything. So, yeah. But I'm not a fighter. That's kind of what you all are here for, I suppose. So,
Have you seen the wizard? And does he have feathers?
interesting question. I haven't seen the wizard in person. The wizard, whenever he appears, is this big, shadowy figure with big ram's horns. But it's all very, I don't know, like vague and smoky. So I don't actually know what the wizard really looks like, but he appears as this illusion and yells at me.
But does he gobble?
No, I haven't heard any gobbling from the wizard.
so are the rest of us still standing kind of down in the lobby?
I presume you've all kind of gone up there.
We seem to have like
We're gathered around.
Yeah, you're all talking to this guy now.
Yeah.
Patty, were you going to say something?
I feel like I'm drawn to seeing Joanna.
Ah. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, Miss Joanna is in the... Oh, my God, it's hard to do this voice. Miss Joanna is... she's down in the stage workshop. She was painting some scenery. And there's all sorts of contraptions down there. I try not to get too involved. But I think if you go...
Would she be below the stage or...
Yeah. So if you go through the auditorium, you can go into one of the side hallways to the, I'll just say to the north on the map. If you go back there, there's some stairs that lead down, and you can get to the workshop from there. That path seems to be real, from what I can tell.
It's maybe that I'm directing us in the wrong direction, but I feel that someone that explores illusion on the stage might understand more.
That's a
I
great
agree.
idea. Yeah.
100%. Yeah, Jorge's on board. Jorge typically works as a stagehand here, so I think Miss Joanna would be his first stop. So north and then down.
Yeah, so basically, yeah, he gives you some directions. You know that you can go into the main auditorium up north there's a hallway up there, and he said to go to the end of the hallway, you can find some stairs that will lead you down.
So yeah, no, suddenly feeling like hearing this idea of like, I'm gonna get to go see the stage, is very excited, just starts hopping and is like running off in that direction. They don't usually let her anywhere near a stage. Her
Amazing.
musical career is not going great right now.
All right.
Gary knows a few things about being backstage and on the stage, actually, but he's a little worried about Philly because Philly's excitement is well, it's contagious, but also it's dangerous because he just doesn't know the danger of flats and par cans and moving machinery and things like that. So Gary runs off after Philly. Philly, wait.
Just like practically skipping, but will slow down a little bit, but has definitely like somehow hidden the quill and the notepad now like back under the beret, and is like while skipping trying to actively dig through the backpack to find various instruments, pulls out a fiddle with a broken string, that kind of thing. So it slows her down just enough for Gary to stop her.
I think Jorge is trying to sort of mentally map how this building and Henderson kind of are similar and where they're different to try and sort of have a better understanding of how to navigate here.
Sure.
It is weird that Walter's here and like apparently a bunch of other people that he either works with or has worked with in the past at some capacity, probably more or less.
Yeah, I mean, you would get the sense from what he said that basically all of the people in Henderson, or at least some of them, have been transferred here along with elements of the building itself. It's not clear exactly what that means or how much of that is evident, but some of your coworkers are definitely here. I will say.
And I think Solveig is following very slowly Philly and Gary, looking behind and under every thick curtain, out every window, trying to open every door.
Okay, yeah.
Not rushing past anything.
Excellent. So yeah, why don't you go ahead and give me a perception check? So roll your d20 and add the perception bonus on the green side of the sheet.
So for those who
I have a
joined
6
us,
plus a 3.
Okay. Yeah. So Doug, do you want to go ahead?
I was just going to say, just for those who have joined us and may have missed Patty's introduction, this is the very first time that Patty is playing Dungeons and Dragons. So she's working it out as we go along, doing very well, I might add.
I will say, I think you're doing great so far. That roll, however, was not great. So, that's a 9 on your perception check. So you are able to kind of still suss out a few things as you move into the auditorium with the others. Taking your time, being careful. Let's see. So as you all move into the auditorium, you can see now it is very big. The ceiling is probably 100 feet up. There are red velvet plush seats down toward the front of the room where you can see the orchestra pit. A massive gold and red fire curtain is down across the stage, made of metal. There are, murals and inscriptions and all manner of decorative elements placed all around the auditorium. But you notice that as you're kind of poking around and kind of looking at doors and things, doors that look from a distance like doors, when you go up and try to like touch the handle, your mind kind of skips for a moment, and then in front of you, you realize it's just a painting or like a door painted on a wall. So there's some kind of illusion magic happening here that certain doors are not actually there, though they look like they might be there from a distance. And I'll say, what's your passive insight? Bottom left.
Whose?
Oh yeah, Solveig's.
Me?
Yeah.
My passive insight is 15.
15. Okay, that's pretty good. I'm gonna say that after like a few minutes, or maybe not even a few minutes, like 30 seconds or so of kind of sussing this out, looking at different options, your kind of ability to understand your environment, your insight, something clicks. And suddenly when you look around, you can tell what doors are real and which ones are fake. And so now you're able to kind of navigate this a little more easily.
I had a feeling I could.
Yeah. Let me reveal a little bit more of the map. Let's see.
More map.
More map. Let's see. This is going to be fun for me to try and navigate this.
Woo, peek.
Oh, oh.
Oh, so you can see this in real time, huh?
We can.
Yeah.
We see
Yeah.
you.
The parterre has been revealed as
Yeah.
this is
Woo,
quite
I
the
see all the way
orchestra.
down to the orchestra.
Yes. So yeah, actually, as you walk in, and actually, I think Philly and Gary, excuse me, as they run in, they glance to the right, they maybe see this, but Solveig and I'm presuming Jorge as well. As you move in, you can see down in the orchestra pit, you see a person, a human with brown hair. It's kind of short, with a beard and glasses, like at the conductor's podium, like looking at a score and kind of flipping pages. But then in front of him are what appear to be some sort of like clockwork automatons. They are, there's no other people. It's just the maestro, kind of standing there, but he's absorbed in his score and he doesn't actually notice you come in. So you are free to continue.
Is the pit down or is it?
Yeah, so the pit is kind of lower than the floor level. So you can kind of see the top of his head.
Is there like a raised elevate? I'm trying to figure out if a 2-foot tall gnome can see any of this, or if she's still.
You could
I'll just
probably
jump to
see the
that.
top of the maestro's head, but you can't actually see anything that's in there. So yeah, you don't know what's in there.
She's
Maybe-
gonna try to get up on one of the chairs, and probably discover that they're springy, and then probably get distracted by hopping from chair to chair.
Great. Give me a dexterity saving throw.
That seems like a good call. Making good choices.
Now, can I give, since I am unusually tall,
Yes.
can I give Feely access to my shoulders?
That is
I
entirely
got-
up to you.
I did get a 19 on that saving throw. So
Okay.
could I have launched myself like onto her shoulders?
I think that's exactly what happens. Yes.
Awesome. Just like holding on to the beret as we go with one hand.
Yeah. So as you're, as Solveig, you're walking down on the kind of stage right or house left, I guess, side of the seats. Feely started from house right and bounced across all the seats, and as they got to the end, jumped and landed on your shoulder as you happened to be
Great.
walking by.
So
Oh,
in this
man.
way, I can also make sure that Feely is safe.
Yes.
You said you have long flowing gray.
Gray silver hair. You can grab it. I'm tough.
I was gonna say, like, you may find braids in it later.
Oh, great.
Well, Gary,
Yes.
Gary is loving this whole environment. He kind of walks down the row a little ways into some of the seats, shifts the swords on his back, sits down in the seat, kicks his feet up on the row before him, and says, "You know, there once was a time when I thought I would be an actor."
Oh yeah, go ahead, Gustavo.
Jorge is definitely like seeing Feely jumping on the seats, and like as a person who sort of takes care of the building is like, "Ugh, don't do that." And then like and then Gary is sits down and it's like, "Oh, this is fine." He's being respectful, and then he puts his feet up on it. He's like, "It's muddy boots," and it's like, I mean, this might not be real Henderson, but you know, you treat it with respect. So he's like, no, and he's so folding the seats back up and sort of like, "Gary, get your feet off. Look, it's very nice."
Jorge, it's not even real. This is all an illusion.
I will say, so as you're kind of rushing to put the seats up, Jorge, you notice that the seats aren't kind of not familiar to you, but when you look at the little plates that indicate the number in the row, those are clearly from Henderson. Like they're from the theater in Henderson, but the rest of it is not. But as all this shenaniganery is happening and making a lot of noise, kind of as you know, you're shushing Gary and Philly lands on Solveig's shoulder. The maestro turns around and notices you all and says, oh, well, hello. Jorge, what are you doing here?
We're here to retrieve the bird in the building.
Indeed.
We
Well,
don't think he's a wizard, though. I'm not convinced.
The Hokie bird is not a building. Not a building, not a wizard. There is a wizard somewhere back there, and he gestures at the fire curtain. But I am getting ahead of myself. My name is Maestro Matteo Colla. A pleasure to make your acquaintance.
So one hand, like fistful of hair, reaches up under the beret, gets the notebook and quill back out, like doesn't want to let go of the hair, so is kind of like holding the notebook in the mouth and trying. Not going great.
So you are here to help, to rescue me, us?
Do you need rescuing?
Well, I would prefer to not be here because my orchestra, as you can see, is not my orchestra. The wizard came and threatened me a whole bunch, and then also said that I needed to prepare the orchestra for the performance. And I have the score here, but I don't really. That I understand. Automatons and magical creatures, whatever this is, are beyond me. But I do think the wizard said that there will be a grand performance and that I will conduct, which I am happy to do, of course. I assume I'm getting paid eventually. But I do wonder if this wizard, what they want with the performance, I wonder if there's something you could do, perhaps, with, I can help you with the music, if you can help me with the automatons, perhaps.
You can't get them to play?
Well, they can play, they don't take direction well. I wonder if maybe they need to be programmed or something in order to follow my gestures better.
Gary drops his feet down off the seats and strides around to the edge of the pit, and then he kind of leaps over the edge of the pit down into the pit to investigate these automatons.
Yeah.
So can I have a close? Are they made out of brass instruments?
Yeah, give me perception or investigation, your choice. You'll get a slightly different answer depending on what it is.
Ooh, perception or investigation. It's going to be investigation.
All right, great.
It's 10.
10. Okay. Yes, so they are, yes, appear to be clockwork automatons. They are largely made of wood, but there are kind of metal gears and joints and things. They're all holding instruments that appear to be real instruments. As far as you can tell, these are standard musical instruments that the automatons are somehow capable of playing. You also notice on the back of each automaton is a little like brass door, which is a thing that you notice. I think with a 10, that's about all you get.
I think Jorge, who is familiar with machinery and sort of the stagey of it all, is going to drop into the pit after Gary.
Yeah.
And maybe start. He's going to pick one automaton.
Okay.
Let's say I imagine there's a first violin.
Yeah, so you can go up to the concert
I guess
master
I will
automaton.
start with that. That would be the one that I think is, if things are going to sync up, this might be the best place to start. And I will open up that little panel and see what I can figure out and start investigating it.
Okay, great. So yeah, roll me. Yeah, I guess investigation or sleight of hand, depending on what you're trying to just root around in there, see what you can find out.
So I will say, I have the Jorge has the artisan background, so
Oh, okay.
he's proficient with a ton of tools, among them tinkerer's tools, and I would probably do sleight of hand here, and so maybe advantage. I don't know.
I mean, yeah, no, I'll give you advantage for sure, since you are an artisan and you know your way around with tools, absolutely. So yeah, roll me a sleight of hand with advantage, and to see what you can figure out.
Great. That is an 18 and a 6 plus 7, 25.
20. Yeah, okay, I should have known the rogue. So a 25 on sleight of hand, you deduce quite a few things. You can deduce that, yes, these automatons are more than capable of playing these instruments, but they've not been properly kind of programmed, or the kind of mechanisms within them are a combination of mechanical but also magical. You know from your experience as an artisan, there are ways to change how that interaction works. So you're reasonably confident, especially with a 25, that you could alter the interface of the kind of magic powering these things with the mechanics to not only make them pay more attention to the maestro, but also play their instruments better, and potentially use that music to kind of, support you, like tune it specifically to you all, so that when it plays, it'll kind of, do something to you. It's not clear exactly what, but there's some magic in here, certainly.
What do their faces look like? Like, do they have faces? Is it like a flat panel?
I'm gonna say it's kind of steampunky. Like they have little like gears for eyes, and little like brass like ovals for mouths. And they can like turn their heads, and there's an indication that they're looking somewhere. But yeah, they're kind of relatively basic.
So Feely knows that like showmanship is really important. Like maybe they just don't have enough confidence, right? So she's gonna launch herself off of Solveig's shoulders at this concert master and take out the way too big paintbrush and start trying to paint smiley faces and stuff on them.
Fabulous.
She's helping.
Indeed. Roll me. Goodness.
I am proficient in painter's supplies.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why it's called that, but yeah.
Performance? Would it be a performance?
I think it might be performance.
Performance with my painter.
Yeah. So
does
I'll
that mean I get? Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
I think according to the new rules, you get advantage.
Amazing.
Is
This
like
is
fantasy
wonderful.
Instagram where they're painting, but it's also performance?
So I got a 2, but because I had advantage, I got to roll again, and I got a 4 on that one. So that gives me a 10.
Okay.
And I feel like this is right.
Yes. So you're doing your best to paint smiley faces and all these things, but because you have limited supplies, it ends up being just kind of, you put some black dots in the center of the each of the gear eyes, and then you do a big black kind of, just your very basic smiley face, and it looks slightly frightening, but at least
Feels right.
more emotionally engaging.
I'm just gonna do a quick insight to see if okay, she is aware of how bad this is because that's a 16.
Patty, does Solveig want to do anything?
Yes, I think that Solveig feels that the automatons and whatever is happening in the pit is probably being addressed in better hands than hers, or worse, as the case may be with Feely. And so she's chosen to try to understand what the symbols and the messages are on the backs of the chairs and on the walls of the house.
Yeah, cool. Okay, give me I think this is an insight roll, because you're trying to, understand.
Okay.
In a kind of, I think, more intuitive way, yes?
And this is the D20.
Yeah, the 20-sided one, and then add your insight modifier.
Right. I have a 16 on the dice, and I have a +5 insight. So I have a 21.
21, great. So you're looking around the room, walking down the aisles of chairs, noticing the little plates, you're noticing the inscriptions, and you already have a sense that all is not as it seems in this place. And as you kind of look around at the decorations, you start to spot things that, seem more real than others, as though drawn from a different building. And as you're looking around, it hits you that this whole place is a stage, not just the stage itself. Whatever this place is, it is real to an extent, but it is all created to maximize a particular performance, one that you think is probably the wizard it wants to kind of bring together. And in that way, you also get a sense that your being here is now, the wizard's plan is moving toward completion. He wants other players, because if he had wanted just to stage his big grand performance with anybody, he would have done it already, right? Because he's kidnapped all these people from Henderson. Clearly, he wants you or someone like you to do something with him. And all of this is preparation for a grand spectacle of some kind. You're not sure what, but I'll say that's the sense you get.
Can I ask if I have a sense that I have known this wizard elsewhere?
Ooh, okay, so you rolled a 21 on insight, so that's quite good. So I'll have you roll a history check to see if you can search your memory.
14.
Okay, that's it. So my thought was, because you rolled so well on insight, you've got a good sense of, the theatrics of this all, which means that the threshold that you needed to roll for your history check was lower, and so you met it, because I was thinking like 12. So it occurs to you that you once maybe met very briefly or knew of a wizard who was very kind of obsessed with the theatrical. This was a colleague of someone that you used to know. And so you think that there is a chance that maybe there's a connection here.
Okay, thank you.
Backstory stuff. Okay, so Doug, did Gary want to do anything else while you're down here in the pit?
I think Gary has been watching Jorge do his thing. He's been quietly observing, kind of peeking over his shoulder, and he's going to try and mess around with some of the backs of these automatons as well.
Okay. Oh boy. Give me. Oh dear. I'll say give me sleight of hand. The DC is going to be a little lower because you've seen Jorge doing what he's doing, but I won't. You don't get advantage.
Okay. Oh, that's a 14.
Okay, yeah, that's enough. So you're able to more or less replicate what Jorge is doing, and thus you can all kind of, in the space of a few minutes, maybe like 10-ish, 10, 15, you're able to kind of reprogram all of the automatons. And as you do so, you notice, as you finish with each one, it kind of like sits up a little more, like kind of its eyes track toward Maestro Colla, who kind of notices this. And as you all kind of finish, the Maestro raises his baton, and all of the automatons at once bring their instruments to bear. And the Maestro looks at you
Gary
all.
draws a sword.
He looks taken aback from it. I was like, no, this is very good. Thank you. I can work with this. This should be very interesting. Oh, I'm excited to this music is very dramatic, I will tell you. So, I don't want to spoil it for you, but I think I should start rehearsal now. I saw Walter briefly, but I think he said Miss Joanna's here, but I'm not sure who else. I've mostly been in the pit, honestly, trying to figure out what to do. But I appreciate the help, absolutely.
So can I tell which door is going to take us to the scenic studio?
Yes, absolutely. So you know that the doors to the north are real and will take you into a hallway.
Okay. So I'm gonna head with or without Feely on my head, but I'm gonna make sure she's okay.
Okay.
Just continuing to paint these demonic looking
Um,
faces. Yeah.
before we all break off to go do different things or to new space, did we tune is the orchestra tuned to sort of give us that support?
Yes, you get a
Great, so
sense that you've done something right.
Okay, great. So
Um,
that is done. I don't need to do a second thing.
no. No,
Patty's
this is
credit.
effectively a skill challenge. I'm keeping track of how many successes you roll on things.
Ooh.
So depending on how well you do, things may change.
Oh, good. I helped the party. No, made it worse.
So yes, so you can continue onward with Solveig leading the way. Those of you that are in the pit can kind of climb out once you're done. I'm gonna reveal some more of the map if I can do so. Right, so you come into this hallway. And Solveig, you can tell the door to the left is not real, but the door to the right is. And you push it open, and you can see down this long hallway that goes back, and you can tell it's kind of going back behind where the stage is, and leading you back. I wonder if there's an easier way to do this.
You're doing great, Chris.
I mean, you can grab the rectangular shape tool, maybe.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
It is
so
all at an angle.
Yeah, which is kind of fun. So, and you eventually come to these stairs, which lead downward into the interior of the building.
So am I alone right now?
I don't know. Are the others following her?
I think Gary hasn't seen her go.
Oh,
Ooh.
He's
Oh
been,
dear.
because he's been. I don't know about Jorge, but Gary's been, in the backs of these automatons trying to make them sing.
I mean,
so to
I'll
speak.
say like the amount of time it took you to program those automatons is roughly the amount of time that it took Solveig to kind of go around and investigate and kind of understand the what's going on here, the situation.
Yeah, Feely's definitely gonna try to join in on her like fiddle with a broken string. Like someone is gonna have to tear her away from this, and she's not helping.
So,
Okay, well, if I've had time to see Solveig kind of wander off down the hallway,
Yeah.
I see Philly pull out this broken violin, and I grab her hand and I say, "Come on, let's go. We gotta go find Solveig.
this is
She's
my
wandering
shot.
off by
This is
herself
like
again."
this is my chance at greatness. But she's not really resisting. Like
The
I think
mice-
deep down she knows it's not going well.
The maestro turns to you and says, I think you might want to audition later. I'll work with the orchestra. You should come back.
Oh, I'll absolutely come back. Yep, I'm gonna tell everybody. Like as you're kind of like dragging her away, she sees this as like that's her big break, right? Like she's got it now. She's got an in. She's gonna have an audition. This is real.
Incredible.
as we, I'll bring up the rear here, and as I
Yeah.
get all three of these folks in my sight, I'm going to use another one of my fun features, which is psychic psychic whispers, I think it's called. And each of you inside your head here, like check. This is Jorge. Can you come
Feely
back?
like jumps straight up in the air when you do that. Very like startled cat energy.
Sorry, I thought maybe communications might be helpful. So, so now we can, each of you can psychically communicate to me.
Gary just stops dead in his tracks, turns to Jorge, and just says, "Get out of my head, Jorge."
and you're definitely gonna start hearing like the music that is just constantly going in Feely's brain.
Great. I can. I say to Gary, sorry, it'll wear off in hopefully a couple hours.
And I whisper back, because he's told us that we can talk back to him now. So I just whisper back, I'm going to remember this the next time you come to the cellar.
Third day.
And ask me to buy you a pitcher.
That's fair. That's fair. And then I'm going to ask Philly to turn it down a little bit because I'm starting to get a headache.
Because she's sort of like marching in time to her little tune.
Right.
Yeah, I imagine it's like the carnival, like carousel music, like just constantly on a loop in there.
I think
But in any
it's more
case-
like Mozart opera themes that are too catchy. Like I think it's more that, but she's not
Okay.
necessarily performing it well enough that it's coherent.
Okay, so yeah, so
Like
out
that's-
of tune Mozart.
Yeah, and just
everybody's
kind of
favorite.
like something that's very marching pace for her, which she's got to move a little quicker than everybody else with the short legs.
Indeed. So with that then, yes, all the party is now together moving downward into the bowels of the theater. And so I'm going to move the map, actually. So you descend the stairs, coming into another set here, with a door that, only one door that is real. It leads to the left. And you come into a kind of blank sort of backstage area with, let me see something. Why? Oh, okay. Well, I don't know why you don't have an icon, but you have a label. So where was I? So yes, you come through and it's like a backstage here. Like there's very little decoration. It's very kind of plain. But Solveig, you get the sense that it's also slightly less well illusioned, let's say, like less attention has been paid to like this part of the place that you're in, the stage.
It's more real.
It's kind of like the edges of things have a little more static to them, like it's a little blurrier.
Okay.
Almost as though whoever constructed this whole thing is paying much attention.
Paid attention. Okay.
Yeah.
Should I try to see what's real and what's not here? Should I try to see?
You're getting a sense like that most things are real, but kind of not.
Okay.
They're just there.
Okay.
So you end up continuing down a hallway,
Let's go.
and now I'm gonna need this. You find a set of doors next to a room that appear to be real in a hallway that is otherwise a dead end.
So we together have to decide which of these doors to go through.
Yes, or what do you want to do faced with these doors?
Oh, Gary just walks up to the first one and tries it.
Yep, and the door handle turns under your hand, and you enter into a workshop that is filled with all manner of like backdrops and paintings, and kind of. You also notice that to the left is a wall that kind of has buttons and levers and dials and little lights that are kind of on and off. I think Jorge would recognize this as a lighting board.
Billy is diving for that.
Cool. We'll get to that in a minute, because the other thing you notice is a gnome, a woman with auburn hair held back in a ponytail, who is standing on a ladder, feverishly painting a backdrop. And she doesn't even look around as you come in, and she keeps painting, but she says, Walter, is that you? I'm kind of busy here.
And I will say that I'd like to go up to her and introduce us to her, Miss Joanna, I'm assuming.
Yes. So you want to go up and just say like who you are.
I just want to say that we're looking for the Hokie bird, and that we're here to resolve what seems to be something that's out of balance.
Yeah. So she looks at you as you say all this. She says, Oh, well, okay, good. Yeah, I don't know. I've just been really, really busy down here. The wizard came down and threatened me, and told me to keep working, but I already had so much work to do because there's a production that we want to be doing next week, and I was already working on these sets, and so I'm just repurposing them a little bit, but there's just a lot of work to do, so I'm really glad you're here to help. But, I don't know. I've just got a lot to do, but if you could help me finish these, that would be great. Because I've got so many other things I need to do. I've got to construct some other standees over there.
Like Feely's already there,
Okay.
and she thinks that I don't even know what the set is, the scene, but she is gonna try to put a moon on it.
Okay. Yes. So a couple of things. So yeah, so you get the sense, Solveig, that this gnome is overworked, and kind of doesn't seem to care that she's been kidnapped by a wizard, and is just focused on doing her job. That is also apparently going to satisfy the wizard at the same time. Feely, yes. Seeing that you pull out a paintbrush, or that you have a paintbrush with you, and you're just painting. Which, like, a lot of this stuff is kind of like forest scenes and kind of natural spaces. So you can definitely find an area where you can start painting a moon. And yes, and the gnome introduces herself as Joanna. Joanna, yes, Gearbuckle.
Gearbuckle.
She looks at you starting to paint things. She's like, oh, great. I don't have to give you any more instruction. Great. Go nuts. I think you look like you've got the right idea here.
Yeah, very good at going nuts. Yes, thank you.
And Gary sees Philly heading towards the painting, and he looks at Joanna and he says, you know, there once was a time when I thought I'd be a scene painter. And he walks over and he grabs a brush and dips it in some paint and begins to draw what looks like a stick figure dog.
Great. Joanna says, oh, well, she looks for a moment as though she's going to stop you, but then she kind of like is quiet for a minute, or for like just a second. She's like, okay, and goes back to painting as though like she's like ready to take all the help she can get. And you also hear her say like, well, you know, I probably should just encourage people that want to take part. I mean, painting is great. I really, you know, my work is great. I really enjoy it, but I just have so much of it to do. So you know what? You're going to help? Love it. Gustavo, you go over to the lighting board, and you're not entirely sure what's going on here, but you can try to kind of investigate it and see if you can figure out what's happening here. Patty, does Solveig want to do something?
No, I was just thinking that I might take out my calligrapher's pens and start adding some detail to that dog.
Okay, fabulous.
Good.
Okay, yes, good. Lovely. Right.
While you're noting that, we hit $500 in donations.
Oh shit! Excuse me. That's amazing. I think that I think it calls for a giveaway. So I think how many maybe the first 20 names on the list, or however many names we have.
We can hold off a bit, Atlas says, because it's not a long list yet.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Then let's wait.
Quite a short list actually, but it's very generous.
Well, thank you.
Good saying the quiet part out loud.
We'll take
Wait,
it.
how are you seeing the list?
It's a secret list.
It's a secret list.
I can't see the list.
No, you can't see the list.
It's on his
Can I use one of my powers to see the list?
Only me and Atlas can see the list.
Yeah. You're not convincing me, you're convincing Doug. But yes. Okay, so you can all work together. Maybe what I'll do, I'm gonna ask for a group check. I will give you a choice between sleight of hand or performance. Depending on how you want to, how you're expressing yourself artistically.
Do I still get advantage on this?
Yes, you have painter's tools, and
Patty, yeah.
Yes,
sorry, go
Patty,
ahead.
you will also get advantage, which means you're going to roll the d20 twice and take the bigger number.
But Patty can also guidance.
That's true.
Where am I supposed to be guiding?
Well,
yeah,
go ahead.
So you can cast the spell where you would touch whoever it is you want to touch, and help them with.
And help them.
Yeah, so you can touch Gary on the shoulder, and I don't know what it would look like when you cast it, but you can describe. Oh, okay.
It's
Okay.
not live if there's not a glitch.
Yeah, so apologies for the technical difficulties you may or may not have just encountered. Anyway, we were, to return to our scene, down in the basement of the theater, in the painter's workshop, trying to help, well, three of us trying to help the stage master painter, Joanna Gearbuckle. And yes, Solveig, the cleric, has just created a kind of sparkly paint by numbers or connect the dots diagram to help Gary express himself artistically.
Yes, and he's very, very happy to have this assistance because he was getting a bit lost in the dog, frankly, and he's begun to kind of create a whole menagerie of animals following this dog. Ducks, geese, perhaps a bit, hopefully, a turkey.
Maybe a horse has shown up on a roof.
Yeah, he's drawn a little house with a horse on top of it.
Okay, great. So yes, what I'd like you to do now then is to roll sleight of hand or performance, your choice. I'm gonna say because Patty, what are you thinking?
About what?
Oh yeah,
What
so the idea here is kind of, you're gonna pick a skill that you want to use to kind of gauge how well you do it at this. You can either pick sleight of hand, which is basically your manual dexterity to see how well you can, do the calligraphy, or performance, which is, more artistic, like how well can you express yourself through it.
I would prefer to do performance.
Great. Okay, then I'm gonna have you all roll performance.
I don't get any
Everybody, or am I
modifier on
doing a
that.
separate thing?
But
Yeah,
you
you're
get,
gonna be doing something else.
you get to add a D4 though.
Yes.
Well, Doug adds a D4. Patty has advantage. Is that right?
Oh,
Correct.
I get to roll a d4.
Yes.
For what?
Patty gave you guidance.
Oh, so I
Mine
can add the d4 to my roll.
You're welcome, Doug.
Thank you, Solveig. Oh,
Again,
look at this.
she's
I
giving you
rolled
guidance
really well.
again.
Yes,
I
indeed.
know. She's been doing it for 25 odd years. Okay. So, all right. Awesome. I rolled really well. I rolled
Nice.
a 19 on the d20 and then a 4
Wow.
on the d4. So, see, each 4.
Nice. I believe you. All right, that's a
Prove it.
23 from Doug. Patty, what'd you get?
Do I only get the one?
So roll twice and pick the higher one.
Okay. 13.
13 plus performance.
Plus the one on my little sheet here.
Yeah, okay, so 14
So
total.
14.
Excellent. And Elizabeth?
19.
19. Okay, so yeah, there's some good rolls. All
She's
right.
getting like a little lost in it, and then she's just like, as she's focusing on the moon and drawing these beams, talking out, like thinking out loud, but it would be audible, especially to like Gary and Solveig. And it's like, I wonder if the moon stole the Hokie bird.
So,
It's like-
while... Yeah, go ahead.
Gary just leans down and says to Philly, we've talked about this before.
But like turkeys are the natural enemies for her, right? Because when they crow, she has to go to bed, and then the sun.
I think that's a folk tale, Philly. I guarantee you the moon is real.
Well, if it's real, then it definitely could have taken the Hokie.
But I don't think the moon can kidnap fictional turkey creatures. I think that's beyond its remit.
Mm.
Is
So
the
as
Hokie
this-
bird not real?
I'll have to find an expert.
Sorry, Jorge. I'm just I mean, the Hokie bird is as real as you want to make it.
Speaking
like the
of
moon.
reality, one of the things that Solveig is thinking is that we're in this shop where all kinds of illusion can be created.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm wondering if the Hokie bird has agency, if the Hokie bird is not trapped, then is it possible for us to lure the Hokie bird from wherever it is held or hiding?
Well, so you're not sure whether it is being held against its will or not. I would say
We could try gobbling.
Well, I was thinking we could make some turkey feed, you know, that dog is starting to look so real to me that I'm thinking the things that we are creating.
yeah. I will say yes, you could maybe following on Gary's lead, if you wanted to like draw something as part of this scenery you're creating, you're not sure, but you get a sense that maybe because that dog is so real, the other animals are starting to come to life. The moon looks as though it was pulled from the
Very
sky.
real.
Yeah, you feel like maybe you could just like add things here that you think would be useful.
I'm adding a whole section of grains, wheat, corn.
Can I use minor illusion to give that a little bit of, I don't know, life, sparkle?
Yeah, sure, absolutely.
Yeah.
So yeah, as you're painting this kind of grain and all manner of cereals, yes, it kind of looks even more real as Feely kind of adds kind of illusory.
Maybe it's actually more of like the sound that it makes in the wind. than
Like
anything.
yeah, wheat blowing in the wind.
Yeah, it's like, come here, little turkey. You could get the moon. You could jump her. Just grab her. If she's real, or if you're real, or if I'm real. Am I real?
Okay,
You're
so while
real. You're
while
real,
Philly has an
Philly.
existential crisis, let's Gustavo.
for
What is
existential
Jorge? What's Jorge doing?
So Jorge walks into this space, and I feel like he's comfortable in this type of space, and he's immediately kind of go into his work mode, and
Yeah.
so he's going to sort of cross his arms like this, and then he starts kind of squinting and peering at everything really closely, sort of examining it, and I think he'll walk sort of very quietly up to Joanna, maybe sort of not. She doesn't see him, and he just kind of appears next to her. He says, "So what are we trying to do here? What's going on?"
She kind of she looks at you and she's like, oh, and she recognizes you. And so she puts the brush down for a minute. She kind of like takes a deep breath. She says, well, I mean, you know, there's a production happening next week. I'm really behind on getting all this scenery together. But then we all got pulled in here. It's only been a few hours, but the wizard has been demanding that I, you know, make sure to finish all of this so he can use it for the performance. I don't really know what he means by that, but it's definitely you know, it kind of killing two birds with one stone kind of thing, right? Like, you know, I need to finish these anyway. I don't want the wizard to get mad at me because he appears as a crazy shadowy thing with ram horns. It's a little scary, but I've seen worse, frankly. So yeah, I think we're just trying to kind of. I think what I'm doing is just trying to get ready for the production next week, honestly, and whatever helps the wizard so that he doesn't murder me, great. So, you know, I think if you wanted to work on the lighting board, I know that we were in the middle of programming some of the stuff for the different changes. If you want to just work on that for a little bit, I think that would probably help.
Jorge is going to Yeah.
Jorge or Gustavo wants to go work on the lighting board.
There's, sometimes things are circles. Jorge is going to squint and kind of say, yeah, no problem. And then because Jorge is maybe not gifted in the area of tact, maybe let slip that while only 4 hours have passed here, 48 hours ish have passed in the real world. And so we're way behind.
Joanna, her eyes go enormous. And she swears under her breath, which I will not do right now because this is a family stream. And like does not just immediately turns back and starts painting even faster.
I'm gonna say we got this. We always do. The show must go on, right? We'll get there.
She with one hand she keeps painting, with the other hand she ports to the lighting board. She's saying lighting.
Gary says, so this wizard, did you catch the wizard's name?
And she continuing to paint, not even turning around. I don't know. I think maybe it called itself Pitchfoot or something. I don't know. It was really weird.
So Feely feels this anxiety.
Pitchfoot.
Yeah, Feely just feels this anxiety and walks over and just gently puts a hand on this. She's probably even bigger than Feely.
She's 3 feet tall, whereas you're 2 feet.
Yeah. Kind of has to reach up high to put a hand on her shoulder and goes, It's okay. You're doing a good job. You're doing enough of a good job. This is great. It's a big haul. You're good.
She lets out a big sigh. She's like, I know. There's just a lot to do. None of my assistants are here. None of the students are here. So I'm just trying to do what I can.
You'd probably just have to redo their work anyway. Am I right?
I like my students. They're good. Sometimes they need some coaching, yes. But anyway, I'm getting off topic. I'm going to keep painting.
But no, Feely will just try to be a bit of a calming presence and get her to calm down. Wondering if as she kind of catches her breath, realizes it's okay, we're getting back on schedule, if she can remember anything more clearly about this wizard, or just gonna try to chat her up as one anxious artist to another, even if artist is in scare quotes.
Perfect. Okay, so we'll get to that in a second. Gustavo, what is
again, we'll reaffirm we got this with probably not helping at all, but and then go over and stand with his arms crossed and squint at the light board aggressively and sort of see if he can make sense of it.
Cool.
That's about what I do every time I look at a lighting board. Squint at it aggressively.
I will say that lighting people typically walk around with their arms crossed, squinting at things aggressively.
So we're just really method about it now.
Can I ask a question? Because I think Solveig is all things light, above and below ground.
Yes.
Is there anything that I can or should be doing to assist, support?
Over.
I'll say if you notice this, you can definitely go over and help Jorge with what he's doing. So why don't you give me then an investigation check with advantage because Solveig is helping you.
Great. That's a D20, right?
Yes.
Oh no.
Oh, did you roll a nat one?
I rolled
you roll
two
two
nat ones.
Are you kidding me?
I am not kidding you.
I have bad news for you.
I don't think you're going to be able to see this, but it rolled. But yes, I rolled two nat ones.
Wow.
Okay, so
that's bad news, Patty.
Can I say what this maybe looks like?
Does that mean we both die?
No.
So, very confidently,
We just lost
the
you.
air of just practice movement. Jorge's going to lean forward, and someone has left a coffee cup right next to the lighting board. And as he leans forward to begin programming the thing, he tips that coffee cup over, and it goes right into the lighting board.
Is that why y'all keep your arms crossed when you look at lighting boards?
That's why you never leave an open drink container anywhere near the console.
See, it's educational around here on this stream. Okay, yes. Well, okay, yep. So that happens. Oh no. So you lean forward. Solveig comes up next to you and is starting to like look and see if she can make sense of kind of how this is arrayed. And you knock this coffee cup into the lighting board, which sparks with magical energy. And the sparks earth themselves in you, and also a stray spark hits Solveig because you rolled 2 nat ones. So you take 6 points of lightning damage, and Solveig takes 3 points of lightning damage.
Thanks.
Cool.
I will say I did have it in my notes that if they fail a check badly enough, they're going to take lightning damage. So
Can I
Gary,
fix something?
obliged me. What?
May I fix something?
Yes.
Oh,
I
she's
have
mending.
I have kind of mending, fixing
Oh
things.
yeah. You can absolutely cast mending on the lighting board.
Okay, I'd like to cast mending on the lighting board. How much?
Yeah.
What do I do?
So you hold out a hand. Once you all kind of like, you get shocked, everybody steps away. You move forward, you press your hand to it, light glows from under your hand as you focus on your spell. And light suffuses each of the circuits. Each of the like nodes on this lighting board glow brightly. The circuits that were broken by this the coffee mend themselves, and suddenly the entire board glows in a single color, and you're able to understand exactly how it works.
Whoa.
Thank
Go
God you're here.
I've got this, Jorge.
You do. And Jorge is going to step back, arms crossed, and squint from behind Solveig, who is now in charge.
So with the light energy that is a part of you, with your, the way you fixed this, you understand that the illusions and the... Sorry.
This is my understanding.
spell.
I'm understanding something.
The illusions and the nature of this place suggests that everything in here has magical potential, the potential to become something. And you can sense that the way that this lighting board was arrayed, it's as though something was going to be drawn from it. And you sense that if you were to kind of tinker with the circuits a little bit, to understand the pattern, you could make it so that either more is drawn, less is drawn, or nothing at all is drawn from the kind of energy of the lighting board and the kind of the lights that wherever the stage is.
If I understand what you're saying,
Yes. Yeah, I know that was kind of abstract.
I would like to increase illumination.
Okay. Yes. So you kind of like you understand this in an intuitive way, and you're able to kind of make some adjustments based on, the controls and the way that the kind of the diagram is laid out and you're pretty certain that when the show goes on, the illumination will be that much stronger than it was originally supposed to be. You get the sense that this will have some kind of effect. You're not sure what, but definitely because you are so connected to the light, you get a sense that whatever happens will, be positive or be connected to you in some way.
It'll reveal something important.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Excellent. Okay. So
Gary sees all this. Well, he sees all the coffee spilled and then the mending and all that, and he kind of strolls over and he looks down at the lighting board and he says, there was a time when I thought I might be a lighting designer.
Are your arms crossed when you say it?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, I kind of believe it.
I think that's a perfect note for us to take a short break. Just pause for a moment. So yeah, let's take like, I don't know, 7, 10 minutes. Yeah, just call it 10. A little bio break, get up and stretch, all that good stuff, and then we'll come back and continue on our adventure in the bowels of the opera house.
It's impossible to believe that an hour and 25 minutes has passed.
Oh
Yeah,
no.
isn't it?
Time flies when you're having fun.
I thought, what the heck are we going to be doing for 3 hours?
Welcome to D&D.
Okay, like Patty's an official D&D player now. Has picked a spell from a spell card. All of it.
All right.
Thank
So
you. I'm going to take a quick bio break.
all right. So
Yep,
let's hit
too.
that button.
Did I say that out loud?
Hello, we're back. Thanks for sticking with us. So we return to our adventure in the depths of the Opera House, where our adventurers have come to try and rescue the Hokie bird from the clutches of an evil wizard, who we now know is named Pitchfoot. But they have made their way at this point to the painter's workshop beneath the stage, or beneath the rest of the theater, and have been helping out with painting sets and making sure the lighting board is working properly. As you all are kind of going about your various tasks, I'm going to pick it back up with Feely, our gnomish bard. So you said you were chatting with, or you wanted to try and at least chat a little bit with Joanna.
Yeah,
The
just trying to
painter.
like calm her down, see if she can get us any extra info. But I think there's also like Feely knows what it's like to be stressed by art making, and that's not helpful. So
Yeah, I'll say like with kind of, she is very focused on what she's doing, but you do manage to get a couple of things out of her. Um, you get the sense that the wizard has not, appeared before her all that much, maybe only once or twice, just told her, work on the scenery. But she has had at least a moment to look around a little bit. She told you that there's actually like most of the areas down here are not real, which was confusing for her at first. But apparently, the area underneath the stage is where the trap doors are is open. And nobody was in there when she went to go look, but that was something that she thought was interesting. So yeah.
I'll
Does
definitely
that,
share with the class when they're done with Lightboard.
I think we've got the light board under control, don't
Yeah.
you, Jorge?
If whatever Solvik says goes as far as this thing's concerned today.
Can we imagine that the trap door area, the underneath the stage area is accessible through the second door in this hallway?
Yes. Joanna could give you directions if you ask about it. She will let you know that yes, if you go back out and go kind of straight west based on the map, you will find a hallway through which you can get to the trapdoor area.
So, and do we all feel good about the drop and the lighting board?
Yeah, the little menagerie and the bits of corn
Realistic
and
food?
yeah, stuff like that is all looking good.
Okay.
I was tempted to draw a Hokie bird and just see what would happen, but
I don't know. I think we should go find this horned turkey, y'all. Philly's still confused. She'll catch up. We'll figure it out.
As are we. Um, okay, so yeah, so you finish up what you're doing and you make your way back out into the opera house basement. And so you follow Joanna's
We just
direction.
leave Joanna, or she's leading us.
Oh no, she is gonna stay there and keep working. She's especially frantic now that Jorge told her that she's lost 2 days instead of 4 hours. So even for all that she is a little calmer, maybe mentally, maybe, she is still working just as hard as she has been. Um, okay, so I will reveal a little bit more of the map. Um, So you can see, you come into this hallway, and thank you. It's again quite spare and empty down here. Like this is where crews, take stuff that they need to move from the workshop or from other parts of the building. At least if this were a real building, it's unclear. But you do see this very large kind of double doors with a kind of sliding like a retractable, like what is that called? Like a
Roll door?
uh-huh.
A roll door?
Yeah, a roll door, exactly. That is up. And as you go and you look in, you can see a large area beneath the stage where there are a number of different platforms spaced kind of evenly around the floor, that have kind of they're raised up a little bit. I am fully riffing here. I don't actually know what this looks like under a theater, so bear with me. They are kind of elevated about 3 feet or so, and there's a platform on top of it that raises up to kind of put someone up on stage through the trapdoor. I'm going to say there are about 8 of these, 4 rows of 2, spaced kind of evenly down the length of the stage. And each of them has a kind of complicated contraption within it that has something to do with how it's raised up.
And above these mechanical lifts, is it clear that is there access to the stage? Can we see any light or?
So you can, well, actually, interesting.
Or cut out places or anything?
Yeah, give me a perception check to see what you can make of the area down here.
18.
18. Okay, so yes, you can tell that there are kind of doors under the stage, or rather parts of the stage that can retract to allow the trapdoors to come up, or rather the lifts to come up through the trapdoors. There is a little bit of light filtering through, but like very, very thin cracks. I'll say, let me see, what else? Um, yeah, so you notice also that against one wall is a kind of large set of levers and kind of equipment that presumably does something with all of the trapdoors. Um, but it is not immediately evident whether or not those kind of um, whether the holes in the stage are open or not, or rather like unlocked. Um, but you will also see something catches your eye as you're looking at the board of levers and so on. There are kind of like um, sliders and kind of buttons and so on for different aspects of how the trapdoors raise and lower, like the speed, the distance, the kind of amount of weight they're able to bear, and you could get a sense that you could change this stuff around, or potentially mess with it, and also potentially see if you can figure out how to unlock the entrances to the stage.
Ooh.
Is Jorge wearing like a cloak, or is this like a do you have a pant leg that Feely would like tug on to try to?
Yeah, you tug on
No, I mean she just sees all these levers and
or his
everything.
coveralls.
Yeah, no, and she just reaches over and just like tugging and is pointing. Is like, what is that? Can I touch it? Can I pull the levers?
Jorge's gonna look down and then look at the thing and look down and look at the thing and then maybe look at Solvig for a little bit of reassurance. I'm gonna roll to see how Jorge's confidence is doing after this recent
Sure, please.
A confidence roll.
He is not great. He's happy to give advice here, but maybe doesn't want to lay hands on it himself. So yeah, I would do an investigation check on it and see what I can glean from it, so I can impart that to somebody else as a form of help when they choose to do whatever they want to do with it.
Great. Yeah, so give me an investigation check then. See what you can make of this.
All right, we're getting back in the saddle. Investigation is 16 plus 5 is 21.
Wow, okay, yeah.
So I'm feeling a little bit better, or Jorge's feeling a little bit better about himself, and he's pretty confident that he can explain the functionality of this thing to someone.
Yes, absolutely. And so you're able to kind of glean some stuff, the lighting boards in the past. Also, this has, as far as you can tell, no electric parts or anything that could shock you, so you're less worried. You glean a number of things. You glean that there is indeed a locking mechanism that you can undo that will let you up, or allow the trapdoors to raise. You also see that there is a kind of timing mechanism so that you could set all the trapdoors to raise in particular groups independently. Like you would pull a lever, but then it wouldn't raise immediately. Like it could basically time it out. And you basically have a complete understanding now of how to make these trapdoors do what you want with the 21.
I have a quick follow-up here. We've run into a number of things. The wizard is sort of, we've run into these various different components of the show, and we have improved them individually. Are we able to start putting together these puzzle pieces to sort of figure out what the wizard's sort of grand strategy might be?
Yeah.
Are you the one thinking about this? Because I
I
think
think
Feely's
Jorge,
like looking up at you, seeing the wheels turning, doesn't know you that well, and is just like, "You've got this, buddy. I believe in you." And then she just disappears, like you can't see her at all. But I've given you a D6 for bardic inspiration on this.
Great.
How
Don't
does she
he says,
disappear?
don't touch anything.
So, no, for folks curious about the mechanics, Feely is the new College of the Moon bard from the Faerun source books. It's a D&D additional source book. And when she gives bardic inspiration, she can turn invisible and transport herself up to 30 feet. So I'm going to
Cool.
message Chris where I am.
Great. So I will say, are you voicing any of this pondering out loud?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna turn to Gary and Solveig here and start speaking loudly. You know what? I'm gonna also broadcast psychically to this. First, initially, don't touch anything, and then follow it up with like, what do you guys think the wizard might be? What's the wizard's plan here? We've run into a bunch of things and sort of talking that through. We can.
Gary kind of messages back in his head, I've got no idea, but wherever the wizard is, there's likely to be a large turkey as well.
Unless the moon got him, you hear like Feely like yelling, but in your head.
Where do we hear this from?
It's just in your head.
Oh,
you're all on a group call at the moment. Okay. So
I speak in my head, Felly, where'd you go?
Somewhere cool.
Excellent. Okay, yep. Great. So as if on cue, you say that, and you hear a faint gobble from up above you.
That wasn't me.
Gary
goes,
shouts in your head.
Did anybody else hear that? And he jumps up onto one of these levers and says, Jorge, uplift me.
Oh wait, did you jump on one of like the platforms?
Yeah. Yeah, he's
Elizabeth,
like,
roll me a D8.
Yep. That's a 6.
It's not the one you're on.
Yeah, so I guess maybe we're not going to figure it out, but
I mean, you
probably
can
attempt in the turkey.
Anybody that wants to can spend, a split second pondering this give me a group insight check. But if you are moving into action, then
I
you can do
will
that.
pause it in 2024. You can use investigation for this.
Oh, right. Okay. Sure.
Not like I've seen Gustavo's character sheet. And you do have a D6, but you only have to choose. So the difference with 2024 Bardic is you fail a D20 test, and then you can choose whether or not you want to use it. So you don't have to like risk using it until you know you failed.
I'll also say, Patty, Solveig can roll with advantage because you've already done a lot of thinking about this.
Okay.
Gerald's focused on the bird.
Yeah. So yeah, roll it again. Yeah.
13.
What was the other one?
I only rolled it that one time.
Sorry, roll it twice then.
Okay. 3.
Okay, so 13. What's your insight plus 5?
Yes.
Okay, so that's
I've
an
got
18. Gustavo, what'd you get?
I got if it's insight, an 18, and if it's investigation, it'll be a 22.
Okay, cool. Great. Gary, did you roll or?
I did. I rolled a 2.
Cool. I mean, this is actually very much in line with what's happening, so I love that.
I didn't roll because Feely's head is empty. It's just vibes.
Great. I love that. So yes, the two of you have leapt into action. That is Gary and Feely. Meanwhile, Solveig and Jorge have paused to think for a moment. And as you kind of ponder this, and maybe even with kind of the shared psychic link you have, you realize that everything that you have encountered has been aimed at putting on a production that you now realize you are one half of. Like you are the stars alongside this wizard, this Pitchfoot character. Um, and you have traversed your way through the opera house to a place where you know you can get to the stage now, whereas before it was shut down. And you get the sense that what this wizard wants more than anything else is for you to confront him and for it to be as grand a show as you can make it.
Gary's on his platform and he's just looking at Jorge and going, dude, send me up.
All right. So
Beam me up, Jorge.
in your heads, you all hear "stand by."
But wait a second. I want to ask, is it wise for us to give the wizard what he wants? I've had bad experiences in the past.
Well, let me think.
How much can I trust you all?
Well, Gary hasn't had this realization that we're all part of the play. He just hears the gobbles from above, and he's like, I gotta go. I gotta go get the bird."
I mean,
who knows where Feely is or what she's doing?
I will say
doesn't know.
I will say to Solveig, it's our show too.
Ooh.
Oh, please give him heroic inspiration.
Yeah, you can have inspiration for that one.
So let's make it our show.
All right.
Yes,
This
please
is
take
this
heroic
is our
inspiration.
opening night.
Yeah.
All right. So
Or it's our closing night, Patty.
Shush.
And you all just hear really
one night
quietly.
only.
You hear really quietly, "I'm finally gonna get on the stage," like in the psychic link.
Great.
Do you know, guys, there once was a time when I thought I would be a stagehand operating mechanisms like this.
Are you standing by, Gary? Gary?
What?
Okay, great.
Yes.
All right. When everybody's set, I guess we're gonna pull the lever that makes everything unlock and go up in a nice, smooth, epic, cool way.
And indeed, you are able to kind of use the timing mechanism. You pull the lever, you race, and you get on one of the trapdoors on which the others have already arrayed themselves.
And as I go up through the stage floor, I'm stood like this.
Patty, do you have something to add here?
I wanted to ask, would it be wise for us to think ahead and set some of these doors to open? How high?
I'm gonna say the ceiling is somewhat low in here for safety reasons. Never
mind. It's not going to help. It's not going to help.
No, it could.
It's smart.
Yeah. I'm gonna say the ceiling is about 10 feet high.
I'm just thinking if we set some to open at a particular command, if we needed to make trapdoors go out from under somebody, that might be good.
Yeah, if you want to do that, I'll say that you can with Gustavo's or with Jorge's help, you can kind of program a couple of the trapdoors you're not going to use.
Okay.
So roll me I'm gonna say sleight of hand.
14 minus 1.
Okay, 13. Yeah, I'll say that's enough to program at least one, maybe two of them. You're not entirely sure if you've jury rigged it properly, but you know now that like
Okay.
if you there you know that at some point some of these are going to kind of open and as traps. You're not sure when exactly or how, but you're pretty sure that if something steps on one of them, it'll open.
And can we make sure that we all know where the two traps are
Yes.
that may open at some random point?
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
They're the farthest downstage left.
Great. That's good to know, actually. Write that
It's the
down.
magic of live theater.
So these are traps that we control, or these are traps that
We think we do.
So they're traps you set. So when you like, if something were to step on one of the kind of trapdoors on the stage, it will open and drop them down,
okay.
out of the way. So that happened, and now we return to our heroes who have all arrayed themselves on top of trapdoors that are not those. And yes, you each strike some variant of a heroic pose.
Except Philly's is more like that because
you and so as Gustavo pulls the lever and goes, or Jorge goes to pull the lever and get on top of the trapdoor. As he does so, and they swing open, and you see right as it clicks to start rising, a shadowy 7-foot tall shape appears kind of below you as you're starting to raise up and looks up at you with these giant ram horns and a shadowy face with red eyes and says, "Right on time." And you raise up through the trapdoors. And as you do, light erupts from everywhere. And you are momentarily blinded. What I'd like you to do is everybody give me, I'm going to do a group perception check just to see what you can glean as like everything changes. And you're thrust literally into a new situation.
it's an 11 for Feely, and y'all just hear in your head, "This is so cool, this is so cool, this is so cool." Like she's just freaking out because she finally got on stage. But yeah, only an 11.
What else we got?
Gary rolls a natural 1, and he actually just, as he comes up, he's just oh.
Trying so hard to be epic.
He looks straight into one of the lights.
Did you really roll a 1?
I did. I really rolled a 1.
Oh my God. So I have 15 on the dice and plus 3. So does that mean 18?
That's an 18, yes.
Okay.
Excellent.
I got an 8 on this.
Oof.
I would say Jorge does not like to be illuminated necessarily on a stage in a performance capacity.
Yeah. Great. So yes, Gary and Jorge are momentarily blinded. All you see is the you see the stage around you as you look down at kind of away from the lights. The stage is now like you can see the wooden floor. You see a few props, things like rocks, and then you look up, you see briefly some of the painted backdrops that were downstairs moments ago are now here in front of you. The two of you that rolled higher are, well, and certainly Solveig being, first of all, the one that kind of changed the lighting, and also a cleric of light. You are unfazed by this, and you manage to capture in a single glance kind of full on kind of theatrical splendor. Every single seat in the house is filled now. There are people. And Feely, you see this too. What Solveig notices that you do not is that there is almost a faint translucence to each and every one of them.
Oh yeah, she fully believes this is her like secret fan club that she's never been able to connect with before.
As your head raises high enough, you see Maestro Cola brings the baton down, and the orchestra starts to play with a kind of foreboding sort of music. And you see from his expression that he's a little confused that his arm is moving, seemingly, as though he's not fully kind of in control of all of his actions. You notice, too, a glowing bubble hanging kind of midway out of the proscenium above the house. in which you see a 6-foot tall magical turkey. That is just floating up there, kind of, and you hear it gobble kind of happily, momentarily.
Just like the moon.
Yes, and in fact, yes, it is sparkling with this kind of silvery light. And the final thing you notice as you look toward the back of the stage is a kind of raised platform that seems to emulate almost a castle. And atop it, a throne, out of which stands a creature. A 3-foot tall humanoid with tarry feet that are kind of leaving tracks of tar, and the face of a sheep with little ram's horns coming
You're
off.
turning on your alma mater?
I had a good time in my PhD program. This is just for fun. And yes, and this figure who you know instantly to be Pitchfoot, if only from the silhouette, perhaps not the accuracy of the size, steps forward and says, "Yes, you have made it! You have made it finally! And we shall have a grand battle, a battle for the ages that I shall record, create illusions, present it to all across the planes of existence. And you shall be my enemies, my antagonists. I shall be the hero in all of this. You have played right into my hands. And I am the one that will get all the royalties from this. And for that, you must die." And so I need you all to roll initiative.
Awesome.
As this little 3-foot tall ram wizard bears down on you.
So large and terrifying.
I am so sorry, but as we know, this is my first time playing. I have no idea where do I
Oh,
see-
on the other side of your sheet.
Okay. Initiative.
So it'll be,
Top
you'll
left.
roll the d20 and then...
Oh, got it. Got it. Thank you. I did in fact roll a 20,
Oh, nice.
and I have a -1, so it's 19.
Okay. So yeah, anybody else get 15 to 20 or above? Okay.
I'm checking my math, sorry.
Okay.
I got a 16.
Okie dokie. Cool. 16. That's Jorge. Great. Can I get anybody from 10 to 15?
11 for Philly.
Okay. Gary, what'd you get?
I rolled an 8.
8. Okay. Great. Okay. Excellent. So as Pitchfoot kind of raises his staff, bearing down on you, ready to erase you from this world so that he can kind of take the intellectual property of this fight and use it somehow, without paying you any royalties, multiple things happen. The orchestra begins to play, as I mentioned, and because of your ability to mess with the automatons, to play with them, to ensure that they work better, you all gain 5 temporary hit points.
Way!
Let's see.
I'm almost back to full health.
Yeah, there's a little spot next to HP for the temp box. And those are ones that once we use them, we can't heal them back, but they're just freebies.
No, I was down 3 from the bad thing with the lighting board.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm just up 2.
Well, no, so you have kind of 5
Okay.
free hit points.
Okay,
that-
it's just loose.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're just loose.
Yeah.
They'll go first if you
Okay.
get attacked.
Okay.
Oh, and actually, I will now change us to the map, and you can array yourselves how you'd like. Actually, well, no, I'll move you. So I'm gonna say we had probably, well, because we had the trapdoors. Let's say it's like that. The other trapdoors that are traps are further to. Oh, actually, I can do the pointer. They're over here.
That's stage right.
I know
whoops.
he clearly doesn't think about that much, but that's okay.
Listen, I write about
This
the
is School of
operas.
Performing Arts.
When I said left, I meant right.
Oh,
Oh, okay, okay.
yes, I
House
appreciate
left. House
that.
left. It was house left.
House left. I'm thinking about it from the house.
House
I'm an
left,
audience
yes.
member. So a number of other things happen as on the beginning of combat, Pitchfoot brings his staff down, and the orb holding the Hokie bird shines bright with energy. And you see all of the scenery and the lighting behind you and above you all glows brightly. And after a moment, the scenery itself starts to kind of produce these creatures, these kind of floating impish creatures that have different aspects to them. They remind you almost as though like the lighting rigs, smoke rises out of them, forming into these little imp creatures that fly. The scenery produces kind of dust that floats out of it and, coalesces into these little critters. And the trapdoors themselves, almost like oil extrudes from them and forms into even more. However, a couple other things happen. In doing this, in using this power to bring forth creatures to fight you, because you overloaded the lighting grid, the lights above the stage explode and take out two of the creatures with them. Let's see. Oh yes, the figures that you painted on the scenery itself. The dog, the horse, the geese all come to life and jump onto more of these little creatures and take out another three of them.
Yeah. Here we go.
And finally, all of that grain that you painted kind of falls to the ground and is just a pile of it there. And you hear a kind of excited gobble from inside the orb where the Hokie bird is. And you hear it start pecking at like the whatever this field is.
Stop attacking the moon, you all like hear in the
So with that then, I need to reveal a couple of things here. There are still a few of these critters arrayed around. There's a couple here in front of you. There are a couple behind you, and one appears up next to Pitchfoot.
Oh, I thought Pitchfoot was at the back of the house. He's at the back of the stage.
Back of the stage, yeah, sorry.
Oh, good Lord.
Yes, and that platform that he's on is about 10 feet up.
Okay.
The two platforms to the left and right are about 5 feet up.
Okay.
So, you are faced with Nephits. They are small elemental trickster creatures that the wizard has seemingly summoned forth from the theatrical apparatus itself. And the first person to act is in fact Solveig. So you see these kind of strange, impish-looking creatures made of like dust and oil and strange things bearing down on you, clearly with malicious intent. You can also see Pitchfoot up there looking down at you. What would you like to do? You can cast a spell. You can run up and hit something with a mace.
I'm thinking. I was hoping that the trapdoor would fall out from under the one that's closest to me, but clearly it doesn't weigh enough.
Yeah, and they're also they have little wings that are flapping. They're flying.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What if? Here's a huge question.
Sure.
Can I bless them?
Bless
Could
the creatures.
Can I convert? Can I convert them?
Interesting. I'll say yeah. You can like look toward the nearest one and
Okay.
like present your holy symbol and like try and kind of ask it to stop fighting. and basically to cease its violence.
Okay, so the one down right in front
Yeah.
of me,
Uh-huh.
I'm asking it to cease its violence and to support us.
Yeah, okay. Yes,
And,
I will
and it-
say.
now my
go ahead.
blessing says I could choose up to 3 creatures.
Oh, so that spell is for kind of helping your allies.
All right, okay.
So but this
Well,
would be kind of
I want to help everyone
okay. Interesting.
by
So
converting them.
Can I
So-
can I pitch a mechanic?
well, what I'm gonna say is maybe, and tell me like what you think. She can cast Bless on the Mephit as well as 2 party members. But that casting Blessed on the Mephit to help it will give her advantage on a religion check.
Well, here's what I mean, yes, if she's trying to get a lot of them, she's got a cool channel divinity, Radiance of the Dawn.
Oh
And you present the holy symbol, and then you get a flash of light and a 30-foot emanation. The thing is, she gets to pick which creatures are targeted.
Yeah.
So
that would
you
just
could,
try and incinerate them.
but what you could do this as is like a persuasion check to see who's convinced. If they side with her and back off, she's not going to target them, and then the rest get targeted by her holy light if they reject her blessing. just a pitch.
Yeah. Patty, what do you think? Multiple options.
Well, so I think I can achieve more with what Elizabeth just explained.
Sure. Yeah.
So could I go with that?
Yeah, absolutely. So give me a religion check. So roll the d20.
I'm embarrassed that you have to ask for a religion check.
Well, see how convincing you are.
It's 14.
14. Okay, I'll say that's enough for one of them.
Well, and then you have a +7, I think, to that.
Oh, wait.
21. It's on the wrong side. We had her on the.
Oh.
Yeah.
So green side.
Yeah, so it'll be religions under skills in that box. So I think it's a +7.
I have a +7 on religion.
Oh, so okay, 21. Great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's enough for 2 of them for sure. So the 2 nearest the house are convinced. And kind of like chitter a little bit. They're like, oh wait, actually, hang on. Yes. In fact, you can understand them because you speak primordial.
Right.
They chitter kind of. Yes, we bow down to our new lady. And you have apparently converted them to worship you, maybe not Lathander.
That's too bad.
But they immediately like sink down. They sink down to the stage and kind of like start bowing and scraping.
It's a pass-through thing.
And I will say, the one on the left that lands does sink through a trapdoor, and kind of out of the fight.
Okay.
But these 2 for now are no longer
No longer dangerous.
Yes. So that means I'm going to say that counts as a full turn. You can do Radiance of the Dawn next turn. Okay. So okay. Do you want to move or do you want to stay there?
I'm going to actually move into those rocks. Oh no, I don't want to fall down a trapdoor.
Yeah. Move over here.
Let me move over there.
Okay. Cool. All right. So next up is the wizard.
Oh, there.
Let's see. Yeah, so the wizard is, and then the person that's on deck is Jorge, so be thinking. Yeah, I think the wizard is just gonna, you watch as with the other hand that's not holding the staff, he kind of snaps and briefly kind of shimmers. And now you get the sense that there are he's slightly, there's 2 of them that are kind of shifting back and forth. In a kind of strange illusion. But then he kind of raises the staff and is just going to chuck 2 balls of energy at random people. I think the 2 people that are standing closest to him. So that's Gary and Philly.
I'm technically invisible.
So you are, Gary and Jorge.
Sorry, Jorge.
That's okay.
So the first one is a let's see, that's a 15 to hit Gary.
That
And
does not succeed.
oh no.
No, I have an AC of an armor class of 17.
Wait, what did I say?
15.
15. No, wait, I'm sorry. Okay. I rolled a 14 plus 5 is 19. I can't do math.
Oh,
turns
you're
out.
just making this stuff up now, Chris.
No, I would never. No, it really was. I rolled a 14.
No, that's cool. Okay, so that one hits.
Okay. The other one at Jorge is a 15. Does that hit?
Yes.
Okay, so both of these hit. I gotta roll a little damage, unfortunately. Okay. And okay. So Gary
Damage.
takes 10 points of psychic damage.
Whoa!
Yeah, and Jorge takes 8 points of psychic damage from these balls of energy that Pitchfoot blasts forth. However, that is all Pitchfoot can do on his turn. And he is going to stay up there, embodying an air of superiority. So now
How much
it's
damage, sorry?
8.
Jeez. Okay.
Is it the little guy next to Pitchfoot that's still against us?
Yeah, so the other 3 here are against you.
Oh, I thought Patty turned too.
No, they're
There were
gone
2
from-
more
they,
that were-
They left the stage. They're just
Gotcha.
under the skirts of my chainmail now.
If they're under your control, Patty, you should wield them as weapons.
One in each hand.
So yeah, Jorge's up, and then Philly's on deck.
Jorge hates being on stage, precisely because people are aiming at him and looking at him, and he doesn't like it. Jorge is going to try to dive off stage.
Oh, okay.
Not off stage, but behind some scenery or something, so that
Yeah.
maybe the audience can't see him. He doesn't care so much if other people
Okay.
can see him, but the audience, he wants to get out of sight of the audience.
You could get over to kind of like behind one of the flats here.
Yeah, so he'll do that, and he'll set up behind one of the flats, and then I think what he will do is he's going to use his bonus action, which is steady aim, to give myself advantage on the next attack roll on the current turn, provided that I haven't moved. Oh, that I haven't moved during this turn.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Okay.
So I will take the bonus action to hide.
Okay.
And then I'm going to ready an action, which is to throw a psychic blade at the next critter that gets attacked by somebody. And I think everybody who's visible is in range. So
Okay, great. Yeah, so you can do that, absolutely. That is your turn, Philly.
Okay. Philly's gonna do movement first.
Where the heck is Philly?
Who knows? Is there any extra
Where the
movement to
heck is
get
Philly?
on the platform?
I'll say,
I'll tell you what I'm wanting to do. You tell
Okay,
me if it's
sure.
possible. I'm wanting to get close enough to do a 15-foot cone to catch Pitchfoot and the little guy next to him.
I think you could just go up right in front of that piece of scenery and just aim up.
Okay, 1, 2.
that's me.
The thing is, I don't. Oh, that's you. I was like, this isn't mathing. 1, 2, 3, 4. Like here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So Philly has moved here without people seeing. And before she materializes, you're gonna see like a 15-foot cone, but it's like these spectral cards that are like materializing and shooting at both of them.
Cool.
And like, you might catch like horse on a roof, spider, glum-looking guy with white hair. That like just kind of flying out. And I would need a save. It's a dex save from both of them.
Okay, great.
DC 14.
That's a nat 1 for Pitchfoot.
Does this count as an attack?
This is a spell.
What's the DC?
It's 14.
14. That fails. Both of them fail.
Okay, so they're both going to take 10 force damage, and they're
Okay.
both blinded until the end of their next turn.
Oh, yeah.
Because
Okay.
the cards have like hit them in the face. And Feely's very proud of herself. She's materialized as soon as this spell is cast. She looks and she's like, I lost all of my gold to Gary learning that. And she's going to give you bardic inspiration. She disappears again. And
Cool.
she can...
He's like, and Gary's like, there she is.
and then disappears. And is going to be over
And
there.
there
but
she isn't.
Fabulous. Okay. So great. That is Philly's turn. It is Gary.
And yeah, it's a D6 for the bardic.
Okay. Gary's just like, okay, this is, we're on. So Gary, and you see him reach back and he draws his silvered sword, his silvered long sword, and around the pommel you see there's a lock of raven black hair attached to it, and he kisses his pommel and he runs forward and he attacks Pitchfoot. Pitchfoot, that's right, isn't it? Pitchfoot directly.
Yeah. I'm going to say if you want to get up there, it's 10 feet up. So I would need an athletics check to see if you can do it.
Athletics check.
Yes.
I mean, he's got 30 feet. Is it?
Oh, well, so where were you? You were like
Now, how
I
can I
was-
be an athletic supporter?
So it
A
was
different stream for
I
that.
think I was about
was
here,
even-
I think.
Yeah, he was even with me, and it took me 20 feet to get there.
Okay, then I'll say you can spend
10,
all of your
15,
movement to get
20.
up there.
Okay. I mean, I'm happy to do an athletics check if you want.
No, that's okay.
Okay, so he gets up there and he's going to take a swing
Yeah.
at.
So you may roll with advantage because Pitchfoot is currently blinded.
Yeah, I was going to ask about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, hang on. I need to find my. Where's my?
And this is going to trigger my ready
Oh, there it is.
action. So when I saw Gary start running, I said, Gary, I'm standing by.
Fabulous.
Excellent.
Go ahead,
I
do your
told you
thing.
to get out of my head. So I'm swinging two-handed at
Okay.
Pitchfoot. So it's +6 to hit. Oh man, it's an 8.
Well, so roll again, right? Because advantage.
Oh, advantage! Yes.
And then you can also add the D6.
Oh, that's better. That's a 19.
Nice. Okay.
Awesome.
Yes. So that absolutely hits.
All right. Woo!
So yeah.
And
So
then
roll me.
because
It's I think 1d10 plus 4.
1d10 plus 4. And
No, wait. Or is that true?
No, that's correct. That's if
Okay.
I'm doing it two-handed.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So 1d10 plus 4 plus, because I have the lock of hair
Uh-huh.
attached to the pommel, I get to do 1d4 lightning damage at the same time.
Okay. Excellent.
1d10. I need a d10. Give me a d10. There we go. Okay, that's 7 plus 4 is 11 plus a d4, which is 3. So it's 11 damage plus 3 lightning damage.
So 14. That's wow. Nice.
And
Yep. And your psychic blade goes off.
so I'm going to throw a psychic blade. It is translucent and hard to see. 'Cause
Well, and
it's
he's blinded, so it's really hard.
immaterial. But this is for the audience because what I want this to look like is that this is part of Gary's attack to add a little bit of extra oomph on it. So like, I don't want it associated with me. I'm just backstage. I'm just making the magic happen.
Oh. Okay.
Forever back of house. Oh.
So I throw the psychic dagger. I'm attacking from hiding, so I should have advantage on
Yep.
this.
And it was blinded anyway, so definitely advantage.
And he's blinded. That is a 19.
Yeah, that's plenty.
Great. It is a 19, and so I do 1d6 psychic. 5 psychic damage, and then I have sneak attack. Oh, for only two additional damage. So 7 damage. Seven additional damage stacked on top of Gary's damage. It looks like Gary's doing it.
So Gary kind of rushes up, clambers up the scenery here, and brings down his sword. As he does so, Jorge throws his psychic dagger unseen, and it seems as though Gary hits just a massive strike against the wizard and cleaves a large wound in the side, and the wizard is bloodied already.
Woo. Oh, and by the way, I'll remind you when we get there, but because the longsword has sap on it, the wizard has disadvantage on their next attack roll before my next turn.
Okay, good to know. I will make a note of that. Thank you.
This wizard really picked the wrong people.
Really did. Oh, wait, I forgot that you were supposed to roll with disadvantage. Whatever, we'll save it for next time.
Well, it cancels out.
Yeah, I would have canceled. It's fine.
Yeah.
We won't worry about it.
He's vexed as well, whatever that is.
That means the next attack against him has advantage.
So it really does.
Yeah, it canceled out his displacement. That's not a thing anymore. So cool. All right, so that's those turns. It is now the Mephit's turn. So let's see.
Running away would be an option, little guys.
Well, they were just brought into this world exclusively for the purpose of
bringing us down.
Because again, he doesn't want to share the royalties. So this one's gonna move over here, and this one is one of those that came out of some of the machinery, and it's gonna breathe like this cloud of steam on you, as though like from the depths of some strange stage contraption. And so, Jorge, I need a Constitution saving throw, please.
I don't like that. 5.
Oh, rough. Okay. You take 5 points of fire damage, and your speed is decreased by 10 feet until the end of that Mephit's next turn.
No! You just hear Gary. He sees what's happened, and he's like, no!
If the Mephit ceases to be, does that go away?
No. Because you are now like burned by the steam, which will wear off in a minute. Let's see. Unfortunately, only Gary is currently visible or in range for the other two of them, so I think they're both just going to fly up and try and hit you. So the...
You'll never get me!
The one that came out of the scenery, which is actually like, it began as dust, but then kind of now is like this interesting kind of tie-dye of different pigments from the scenery itself, is just going to try and smack you with its claw, but that's not going to help. That is a 6 to hit, so that misses. And then the other one, which is like composed of like grime from the trapdoor mechanism, is going to try and also slam itself into you. So that will be an amount. That is a 17 to hit.
That's it.
Okay.
Hits me.
You take 4 bludgeoning damage.
Gah.
But that is the Mephit's turn. All 3 of them, yes, have taken their turn. So we are back around to the top. It's Solveig's turn.
So I have a few directions that I am thinking about, and I need people who know what they're doing.
Lay it on.
I can either help. I mean, my nature would be to help either of the wounded compatriots, and or if Pitchfoot is in such bad shape that I could put a zone of truth on him and ask him where the Hokie bird is.
So, okay, so you know where the Hokie bird is. The Hokie bird is in the kind of...
Are we sure that's the real Hokie bird behind in that bubble?
Well, that's a good point.
That's a very good point. You are not sure. It does seem as though it reacted to all of the grain that you
Okay, all right.
put out.
Okay, so I can Or the third option is to do a guiding bolt into Pitchfoot.
Yes. So you could definitely, toss a guiding bolt at Pitchfoot, or you could cast. I don't think you can make it to Gary to touch him, so you can't cast Cure Wounds, but you could use Healing Word.
Technically could attack with Channel Divinity and then use Healing Word.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, maybe that's what I should do.
Yeah, so you can run forward and use your Channel Divinity to do the Radiance of the Dawn.
Okay.
And then cast the Healing Word after that.
Okay, that's what I'll do. Can I do that all in one turn?
Yep. Clerics are quite powerful if you play them.
Okay. Radiance of the Dawn.
Yeah.
Do I have to roll anything?
No, they have to roll.
It's all of them.
Yeah. So what does it look like when you summon forth the light of your deity?
It looks like a shock of a nuclear weapon.
Wow.
Because
Wow.
I'm bringing up the light from the earth, not just the light from the sun.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
Amazing.
That's cool.
What does it
like-
say on there for the DC?
10 plus 3, is that right? 2, 3,
So the
10 plus
DC will be Con 13.
DC 13.
Okay, great.
And then damage is 2d10 plus 3 radiant, and it's half damage on a success.
I'm holding
Okay.
this up as if you can read this. This is what it said.
No worries.
Plus,
So
it's my handwriting, so you get an extra
roll
layer.
me 2d10 and add 3.
Me?
Yes.
Yeah.
And this is this new dice.
Yep.
Yes.
The one that goes up to 9 and then has our symbol.
Okay. So I had a 2 and
Okay.
a 6.
So 8. Okay.
It's 3,
Um,
11.
And then add 3. So 9.
11.
11. Yes, 11.
2
Um,
plus
Oh, 8.
6
Oh,
is
yeah.
8,
Yeah.
You're doing my kind of maths, Patty.
Yeah.
So that's why I like the books.
Low digit arithmetic under pressure is
Yeah,
the
it's-
definition of D&D.
Okay, so you release this blast of energy that sears all 3 Mephits and Pitchfoot. The Mephits resist, but Pitchfoot does not. Pitchfoot is about to fall over, barely standing. It is, however, his turn next.
But she was also going to heal.
Right, well, give me a second.
Okay, gotcha.
Let's see.
Sorry, I thought you were jumping to his turn.
That's that.
Let Patty be glorious.
Okay, so the other Mephit that is immediately to the left of Pitchfoot is also looking extremely rough. So yes,
Can I save him and get him under my skirts too?
If you want to try that next turn, you can. But I'll say for this, you can also now try and heal Doug or Gary.
Okay.
If you want to heal me, that's great. Yeah.
So
All right. And what do I need to do to heal?
So you just cast the spell to heal him. You speak a word of healing
Good
power.
word.
And so you roll.
Mesa Huba.
Yeah, so roll 2d4 and add 3.
One plus 2 is 3, plus 3 is 6.
Great. So yes, Gary regains 6 hit points.
Way. He
Alright.
takes a deep breath. Whew.
He can breathe again.
Thanks, Solvig.
Your breath stinks.
I didn't.
all that roadkill jerky.
Thanks, I guess.
Okay, so Pitchfoot kind of, has just been rocked by several different attacks, and kind of bleats in shock, and looks around and can't see, like, you see this, Gary, and probably Solveig as well, see this look of, like, huntedness in his eyes, as though he can't see a way out. But then he casts a spell, or begins to cast a spell, and once he completes it, disappears.
Ah!
And
That's my trick.
So yes, that is all he can do on his turn. So we will see what happens next. Right. So the next turn is Jorge's.
All right. In this world of where reality and illusion are sort of confabulated in a
Yes.
tricky way, how real is this rock?
Which one? Like any of them?
Yeah.
They are. Yeah, if you were to poke at one, you would realize that it's made of like wood frame plus cloth over it. Like they're
Does
props.
not count as stone.
No.
Great. Oh well. Can I, while all this is happening, can I figure out, I guess, what's going on? What is the Hokie bird is trapped in this bubble against its will?
Yes.
Is there anything? Does that bubble look like I can hurt it, break it?
You are not entirely sure what the nature of the bubble is, but you could certainly try. It seems like some sort of like energy shield or field.
Does it look like a spell, or it looks like some sort of effect that is caused by some perhaps magical scenery device?
No, it's probably a spell of some kind. It seems to like it was almost certainly active before Pitchfoot. Well, because Pitchfoot made it glow in order to bring the stage to life. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna attack this Mephit right here in front of me. So I'll steady aim and then attack the Mephit. With a
Okay,
second
great.
blade.
Yep, go ahead and roll to hit.
So that's at 19.
19's enough, yes.
Plus 6. And I had advantage on it, so I get
Yeah.
sneak attack.
Yep.
Ooh, plus 10.
Oh, okay, wow. So how much damage is that total?
16.
Wow. Okay, yeah. So you just annihilate this thing. And however, it does explode when you kill it. And so I need a dex save, please.
Ooh, I have a chance at that. 19.
That's more than enough. This thing, you dance backward just far enough to not be damaged by its death burst. Okay, that is that. It is Philly's turn.
Okay, I want to know if I can hear those tar heels or the staff hit the ground anywhere.
Oh, squishy feet.
Yes, give me a perception check.
Okay, that is 18 plus 5 for 23.
Yes, so you can actually see little tarry footprints that indicate that Pitchfoot is right here.
Does that count as seeing for a spell? Or can I at least hear him?
You know where he is. You cannot see him.
Well, so I have a spell that it's if I can see or hear.
Sure, I'll give it to you.
Okay.
Yeah. Go on, Chris. Be a generous DM.
I'm gonna cast Vicious Mockery.
Oh,
And
I
I'm
love
just
Vicious
like-
Mockery.
You're one ugly turkey. So I need a wisdom saving throw.
You hear a faint voice that says, "I'm a ram."
But see, then I heard him.
Yep. So that is, I think, going to fail with. It's a what? Whiz save?
Yeah, DC 14.
That's a 6. He fails.
Yes. Okay. Cool. So that is 3 points of psychic damage.
Okay.
And I'm hoping that reveals his position to people.
It does. What does it look like when you defeat the wizard Pitchfoot?
Oh, I mean, I'm pretty sure that saying that, seeing him kind of become visible and crumple,
Yeah.
she like pulls out her paintbrush now as if it's a rapier and like nice fancy like twirl and takes a big bow.
Excellent. As you bow with his last gasp, Pitchfoot looks at Solveig and says, "You will never find your daughter," and expires.
Oh!
And right.
Evil to the last breath.
And as he expires, the mephits dissolve back into the elements that they were composed of and are gone. And the ball of energy around the Hokie bird also dissolves. And it kind of flaps its wings and lands in the middle of the stage and kind of looks quizzically at you all, like turns its head in that way that birds do, and does a little like gobbling at you.
You made friends with the moon.
And I move towards the Hokie bird and I kick some of the grain towards it.
It lets out a delighted gobble and starts pecking at the grain. And yeah, after a moment of this, it looks back up at you and kind of looks around a little bit. The maestro has brought the music to a grand conclusion. And the Hokie bird looks at the conductor and looks back at you and kind of just blinks a little bit. And it kind of flaps its wings and glows. And suddenly you feel a sense of groundedness that you've not felt before. And those of you with sharp eyes, which is mostly Solveig, I think at this point, although perhaps she's a little distracted, you notice some elements from the walls, from the seats, from things disappear. And for the purposes of wrapping this up, I will say that the Hokie bird gobbles, beckoning you to follow. You know somehow that this is what it wants. And you make your way off the stage, up through the house, and you see sunlight shining in through the doors. And as you push them open, you emerge back into the city of Squiremount. Look behind you, and you've not stepped out of the doors of an opera house, but rather the doors of the Great Hall of Henderson. And as you all step out, all of the captured individuals who were in Henderson appear on the lawn next to it, and the building return to its rightful place, the Hokie bird rescued, and the entire kingdom of Burris grateful for the heroes that have saved it once again.
Yay. We
So
did
we will end
it.
it there.
Yay! And we all head to the cellar for a drink.
Yes, absolutely.
So for those of you who are listening to this recording on YouTube, or if you tuned in towards the end, which you haven't had a chance to donate yet, go ahead and donate. The link is going to be open until 11:59 a.m. on Thursday, February 19th. Once it's closed, we do have some giveaway items. We've got Virginia Tech swag, we've got dice. So whether you're here more for D&D or more for being a proud Hokie or a combination thereof, we will do some randomized rolls, and folks that have donated any amount are kind of entered equally to win. So thank you all so much for joining us.
Yes, and thank you to Doug and to Patty for being great sports and joining us on this wacky adventure.
Totally fun. Thank you for leading. And
You are a
introducing me.
certified D&D player now, Patty.
It's true.
I've
Yeah.
done it once. I can do it again.
Mm.
I got to figure out
Awesome.
where that daughter is.
Yeah, until next year.
Oh, yeah.
When we continue our adventure.
Here I am crying into my beer at the cellar right now.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I'm next to you, just gently patting you on the back. Looking up
what's
at
a
you
little-
because you're tall even on a bar stool.
Billy is like telling the story to everyone and like hitting hard. Oh yeah, and he said this thing about her daughter, like further compounding the trauma, but she's totally oblivious to that because it's
Listen,
all
you're gonna give Diem a
Jorge heads-
backstory. Diem's gonna use it for trauma.
Yeah, Jorge heads back to the Henderson, saying Joanna probably needs help.
awesome.
I think that's an excellent note to end on. So thank you all so much for watching. And yeah, please donate if you feel called to do so. And we'll see you for another OTG stream, Open the Gates Gaming, at some point in the future.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody.